Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Parts for the Svartpilen are slowly starting to trickle in. I've got a few surprises up my sleeve, and I got some things in store for you guys, and I think you're gonna like it. So today's episode is something that is probably going to take a little while for me to figure out, but we're gonna make an attempt to do that. So check this. So something that was unknown to me is that US DOT requirements state that any motorcycle that is sold brand new in the United States has to have bulb turn signals in it. Strangest rule I've ever heard of. However, if you look deeper into it, you can change them out to LEDs at some point. So that's why the Svartpilens have bulb turn signals on them from the factory. Now, these have a very specific pattern on them. They've got a bolt on one side and then a pin on the other. And I happen to find these on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. The only problem is I don't think these plugs match up at all. So we're either going to have to de-pin or cut and splice the OEM connector on here. But I don't know how much time I want to spend today doing this. However, let's start with the rear turn signals, see how bad it is, and then maybe I'll do the front off camera, or we'll continue on, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's really simple. But one other thing I wanted to share with you guys is the bar end mirrors. For whatever reason, it just felt odd or uncomfortable to me to have those on there. It just seemed really googly. But I did come up with an alternative solution. I had these little fog light brackets. It was an entire bracket, and I just cut it in half. It already had the holes drilled in it, and I just enlarged them, painted them flat black, and then had to add a bend to it, so it's sitting at like I don't know, 5 degrees from 90 or 10 degrees from 90. Bent them up a little bit, and now when you sit on the motorcycle, you can look through your armpits basically, and it's wide open, and they're tucked in nice and tight. They're really I think they're cool looking, more aerodynamic, and you don't have this crap hanging off the end of your handlebars, which was really bothering me. So I got those swapped around. I figured I'd let you guys know, because you'll probably ask about it, like what happened to the bar ends or the, you know, the mirrors on the end of the handlebars. And that's basically what I did. So all that extra hardware that it came with, you don't really need it. If you have metal laying around, you can make these. It's pretty simple. It's just a tiny little 90-degree bracket. Anyhow, let's get started with these LED lights. This should be pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, I'm thinking that's not going to be the case. Well, I'll tell you right away that that company lied. These connectors are not the same. So you can't de-pin them either, because these ones are way too tiny. Your only option is to splice. I think we'll do one just to see if it works. Now these have resistors built into them, so you may not need the flasher. I did get the flasher relay, but we may not actually need it. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to use the exact same hardware that was on the OEM light. It does fit in there like OEM. It's got the little pin that goes in, so that's good. Let's see if the OEM hardware fits. Looks like the threads might be a little bit different. So and it came with these I don't know what these are for. Heat sinks? I don't know. Resistor? No clue. Why they would give me a resistor when there's already one in the kit or on here is beyond me. So I'm using the OEM washers and then the aftermarket bolt. Now, which one do we think power is? I'm gonna say green. Green is power. Just to make sure they're gonna work before we commit. These are about the ugliest turn signals ever, I think. I don't like them. You might like them, I don't like them. Okay, we've got a simple way to figure out positive and negative. We'll just touch it to the inside of the terminal while the turn signals are on. I don't know if you can see that, but they still hyper flash. And I don't think they care about polarity. Nope, doesn't care about polarity. So there's the speed without the LED relay in it. There's the normal speed. I think we'll go ahead and make these up and get the rear ones installed, and then we'll start working on the front. I can't figure out what the deal is with this thing, so I'm going to cut it off. So guys, check this out. I cut that little resistor, whatever the heck it was, out of there. I don't know what that thing was in there. Now they flash at a normal speed. So I don't know what that thing was, but I think we'll install them just like this. Okay, the rears are done. Now we'll start working on the fronts. I just want to say that when you're putting this back together, make sure that your headlight plug is inside this housing. If not, you're never getting it in there. I just fought with it for an hour. It's not happening. Not in this lifetime, that's for sure. What a pain in the jingle jangles. So I left the resistors on these front ones. I think that's what those are in there, is just like resistors. So I did not have to change out the, oh, what do you call it? Relay. I've watched a lot of other YouTubers put LEDs on these, and they had to change out the relay. But I didn't have to do that on this one. So I either got lucky or I did something right. I'm not sure which. All right, guys. I need to be transparent with you. If you're one of those people who skips around in the video and misses this part, you're gonna make the same mistake I did. There are voltage regulators or resistors or whatever you want to call it in these turn signals. And as I found out when I turned the motorcycle back on, if those are not in the turn signals, you will burn up the LEDs that are inside here. So if you cut this out like I did to save space, it will burn up. Both of the rear ones burnt up. So I got ordered replacements. They got here today. So hopefully this will be redemption. We're gonna put these together the exact same way, except I'm not gonna cut this portion out. And then we'll put the bike back together. And hopefully that alleviates or fixes the problem. And then we can move on with other parts of the build series. Okay guys, I want to show you something and talk about it a little bit. So this is what the turn signals look like with the bike off and the key on. Here's what they look like with the bike on. They blink a little bit faster with the bike on. But they do work. You just got to make sure you leave that resistor strip or that voltage regulator strip in it. Now, let me shut this off. Here's something to consider. Right behind this little panel here is your blinker module. It's your flasher. They make a, Husqvarna actually makes a factory replacement that works with LEDs to slow that flash rate back down. I found one on eBay and I ordered it. So when that comes in, I will show you guys the difference. I don't think it's gonna be anything major, but yeah, I just wanted to share that info with you, that where this is at and that there is an alternative. There is an aftermarket one, but you have to unpin it and repin it, and I'm not going to do anything with this thing. It's just, if I have a factory part, I'm going to use the factory part and not a chintzy little $5 thing off of Amazon. But you can alternatively do that, and I will leave a link in the description for this if you decide to go that route. Well guys, I think that's a huge improvement over stock. If some of you are wondering, if you go on the Husqvarna website that shows all the parts and whatnot, these actually come stock on a KTM Duke. These ones just so happen to have smoked lenses on them. However, you may notice that on a Super Duke, the plug that I cut off on this actually matches the Super Duke, but they don't match the 390 Duke for whatever reason. I don't know why they changed plugs around, but yeah, got everything back together here on the rear rack. And once again, they go at a slower pace when the bike is not running. But once you start the bike, they speed up a little bit. It's not obnoxious, it's just the way it is. But once that other flasher relay comes in, I'll swap these out and show you guys the difference. A lot brighter than stock, that's for sure. I don't think the camera can pick up on it, but yeah, so it's an improved safety design. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. There's quite a few parts on the way. I believe one of the big boxes is going to be here tomorrow, so I will start working on that right away when it gets here. What else can I tell you? I think the rest of the stuff is supposed to be here this next week coming up, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this awesome Svartpilen modification build that I'm doing. But as far as today's video goes, I think that's probably going to be it, guys. Sorry for the delay on this one. Like I said, I was waiting on parts and I made a mistake. And as always, I'm being transparent because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes so you don't make the same ones and it ends up costing you money and time and frustration like it does to me. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that stuff helps the channel grow, and share if you found this helpful. But other than that, take care and I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.